What is going on, everybody? This is Yamcast 69, baby! It's a different energy for this one today. We had to do it to you different. By the time this video goes live, we should have reached 1 million subscribers. You should have seen a Turbo Hayabusa on YouTube. Things are great. Gravy train's moving over here. We got some strippers in the back, some cocaine. This was what's been under my hat the whole time, by the way. I finally took my hat off, revealed to you guys what I've been working with this whole time. And boy, we've got a really good show for you today. First of all, the news we've got.
The news is next level.
What's weird about all these news articles is that they all came out after the Turbo Hayabusa was revealed. All these things started happening, which was really cool.
Yep. Just massive developments that you haven't even heard of yet.
Yeah, you haven't even seen or heard of these things. It's actually breaking news. We're the ones telling you about the news this time instead of reading it off of reputable organizations online. And then for our call-in or DM session, as we call it, we're going to be talking fast bikes. Why? It's Yamcast 69. Squid energy is powerful. We got mullets going. There's cocaine dribbling out of my nose. Things are great. So we're talking fast bikes on the DM session today. And finally, we got our meme contest where, what are we memeing about?
Oh, it's Turbo Booses.
We're memeing about Turbo Booses. So sit back, relax, enjoy Yamcast 69. It's going to be a good one with a very different energy.
So, story number 1. Are you ready?
I'm ready. What's our first bit of news?
Okay, so these were sent to us so that we could review them before they actually went live on their respective websites because they have to come to us for stories like this.
They do.
The first one is a review on the 2007 Turbo Hayabusa.
Sorry, the first bit already. I started laughing. I don't know if I can read this without laughing. All right. So again, as Spite said, this is a bit of news that we just got in hot off the presses, trying to make sure we can publish it and go live with it, but I think we're good. So it's a 2007 Turbo Hayabusa review. Is it truly the greatest of all time? Yes. It was chiseled in stone by Schmary Hemming, a very well-known and reputable journalist. The year is 1999. And you want the fastest motorcycle money can buy. You take your frosted tips and Jinko jeans into your local dealership with a fistful of dollars. What are you going to ride out on? A leader bike, perhaps? Maybe one of those new naked bikes people are talking about? No. There's only one king of speed. A bike so legendary it scared the Japanese government into writing a secret letter to the heads of the Big Four, begging them to put a stop to the reckless escalation of the speed wars. The Suzuki Hayabusa! 1298 cc's of inline 4 Fury capable of a blistering 175 horsepower and 102 foot-pounds of torgos. Yes, those numbers are a bit underwhelming by modern standards, but don't think about that. It's still 1999. Right now, it's still... Look at my hair. It's clearly 1999. The Boost is the fastest thing on 2 wheels, going 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat and clearing the standing quarter mile in 10.3 seconds at 144 miles per hour. Its top speed was a frightening 190.1 miles per hour. Tech-wise, it has an on-off switch, 6-pot calipers for some reason, fully adjustable suspension, and that's your lot. But unfortunately, it's not 1999 anymore. It's 2021 in the darkest timeline. Suzuki has released the Gen 3 Busa to middling reviews, with industry leaders from Yami Noob saying it sucks and it isn't even that fast. Leader bikes are now making well over 200 horsepower. Hyper Nakeds are making Busa torque without even batting an eye, and Kawasaki has cornered the market on forced induction stupidity with their H2 line of bikes for the discerning cocaine enthusiast. Can the humble Peregrine Falcon still go to toe with the bleeding edge of motorcycling technology? No, it just can't. I'm sorry, Hayabusa man, your bike is old and busted. But like Thanos at the end of the second Avengers movie, Busa boys have taken up their wrenches and collectively said, fine, I'll do this myself. Enter the Turbo Hayabusa with a list price of $13,000. OBO. The model we reviewed when we were invited to the YN Heavy Industries had some issues, but I think I can let y'all in on a little secret. This is the world's greatest motorcycle. In fact, no other motorcycle needs to exist anymore. Got a V4R or a Tuono or maybe even a ZX14? Chuck that hunk of junk in the dumpster. They ain't got jack under the hood. Let's start with the star of the show, the engine. Like I said, the bike we reviewed had some problems, so that's due to the minor leak and something about a blown head gasket, but those are just words. Let's get some numbers. How about 240 to the wheel with 148 foot-pounds of torque? Need I remind you that the Hayabusa only weighs in at 550-ish wet and ready to ride? To say this motorcycle is fast is an understatement, but Busa boys have realized that with a simple afternoon in the garage and a complete top-end rebuild costing only a few grand, you can get yourself 280 at the wheel, and a confused "that's it" from your dyno tuner? You see, there's basically no limit to the power that Hayabusas can make. It's all down to bravery and how much you've got rattling around between your couch cushions. You could drop the compression a bit and add more boost, but then you encounter the dreaded turbo lag as it builds boost, and if you want the turbo lag, just buy a car. Speaking of which, we should talk tech. Well, the 2007 that we rode features period-correct Tokikos and rubber lines. My Motojourno contact is saying that I need to use flowery language, so I'm going to go with the braking performance leaves a little bit to be desired, but it's more than satisfactory and will slow you down. Now, whether it's the brake doing most of the stopping or the cement wall you just plowed yourself into is a matter of debate as your soul slowly departs the smoldering wreckage to lay claim into a cloud of Busa Boy heaven. But enough of the bad. The bike turns, sorta. I mean, eventually you will change directions, but it's whether your input on the bar is doing most of the work or the friction between asphalt and fairings is a matter of some debate as your soul slowly departs the smoldering wreckage to lay claim to a cloud of Busa Boy heaven. But enough of the bad. Sentence so good we had to say it twice. How about value for money? Well, the Turbo Hayabusa isn't just a motorcycle. Well, I mean, it literally is a motorcycle, but it represents something more. It represents freedom. The freedom to roam the highways late at night, hunting for supercars to raffle stomp. Freedom to chrome every latch into the bike or paint it in scantily clad naked ladies because that's the closest you'll ever get to seeing one without paying for it. Or maybe simply the freedom to once again wear Jinko jeans and frosted tips and unironically say that something is hella rad. What are you waiting for? Don't think, just buy and then be fast. It's only $13,000. Get a second mortgage or borrow against your 401k. Future you will thank present you. Use the value of the net present value of fun to get your Turbo Hayabusa now. God bless the Turbo Hayabusa, the world's greatest beginner motorcycle.
That's a 10 out of 10 review right there.
That's a 10 out of 10. Thank you again, Mr. Schmenning, or Hemming. What was
Hemming.
it? Hemming.
Schmary Hemming.
Schmary Hemming, yes. And I believe, doesn't he make videos with his fellow colleague, Mac Lortz?
Mm-hmm.
I love that guy. Yeah, he's a good one.
I think that there's some good points raised in this article right here. But
there's some good points. Yeah.
I feel like it neglects to mention the fact that there's a little bit of room for improvement in the braking field. They mention that, you know, it sort of stops. Either you or the cement wall does the work.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I feel like maybe we should get some SV650 calipers and see if that doesn't solve the problem a little bit.
I think it would solve the problem. Yeah. I think these guys are being a little light on the Turbo Hayabusa, but I think they're right. It is the best motorcycle ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's our next bit of news?
Our next piece of news is, this one's the buttery one, the juicy one. All vehicles are banned. Turbo Busas to replace economy cars, airplanes, and low-orbit vehicles.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, scribbled on the walls in his own blood by Reginald Busaman.
Incredible. Well, this is another article we've got here. We're going to read it to you. For years, we've been anticipating some sweeping changes to the world of personal transportation. Excuse me. Either a mandated switch to electric cars to slow inevitable climate catastrophe, or the sad transformation of every single motorcycle into a Versys 650, as prophesized in the Book of Revelations. However, I am happy to say that the bleak and dark future glimpsed in the Palantir has been narrowly avoided. Now, it might sound a bit strange for the world to be banning vehicles, but we've already seen a marked decrease in global temperatures, peace has befallen the Middle East, and Republicans and Democrats have been seen smoking 5 paper joints and shooting guns in peace and harmony. Why? The world governments compromised of only the enlightened taste makers have decreed that the Turbo Hayabusa shall replace every form of human transportation. All you need to do is claim your free Turbo Hayabusa, is go to your local Suzuki dealership and hand over the keys to whatever shitbox you're currently driving, riding, or mowing your lawn with. Yes, this includes the following, guys: cars, motorcycles, ride-along mowers, golf carts, dildos, airplanes, deep submergence vehicles, satellites, locomotives, ceiling fans, and all other motorized contraptions now need to have a 1300cc turbocharged engine making 280 horsepower. But Mr. Reginald Busaman of newscyclemotors.com.co.usa, why do you still have a print subscription in 2021? How, if the Turbo Hayabusa is technically a vehicle, is it not subject to this worldwide ban on vehicles? Well, it's a clever little workaround. You see, a YouTube tastemaker and true visionary averaged 34 miles per gallon on his Turbo Hayabusa. True story. This was a 178.94736824167% increase in fuel economy over the base unturbofied motorcycle's paltry 19 miles to the gallon. That's a true story.
That's also a true story.
That's kind of crazy when you think about it. How does it even work? It's probably because it's running so freaking lean. When this revelation was shown to experts at the American Environmental Protection Agency, they finally had a way to get everyone in America on board with the green agenda. However, arming every American of legal driving age with at least one Turbo Hayabusa presented some unique challenges, specifically eliminating speed limits and outlawing vehicles nationwide. The Turbo Hayabusa was reclassified not as a vehicle but as a two-wheeled support animal, and then with unanimous bipartisan support, a national healthcare plan was put forward by which every neighborhood Walgreens/CVS/drug pusher was given access to medicinal turbo support Busa animals. Clever.
Yeah.
There was record adoption among Americans, with 99% of eligible adults picking up their support Busa in the first week. Following the successful rollout stateside, the EU, Soviet Union, the People's Turbo Busas of China, yes, they changed their name, and all other nations adopting similar policies. Who would have thought that the solution to all of mankind's problems was a simple turbocharger bolted to a motorcycle from 2007? We reached out to Suzuki's main office in Japan for comment, but could only hear jubilant screaming through the phones as everyone in the building suddenly became rich enough to start their own Hayabusa-powered space programs. Or at least that's how this article would have gone if Suzuki had gotten off their lazy asses and made a motorcycle worth owning. I mean, the Gixxer 250, do they think we've all devolved to the intelligence of pond scum? Why would you ever buy such a rolling travesty? Oh, but lest I forget, they have the Gixxer Thou, right? So everything is forgiven. Wrong! Nothing is forgiven. We all know that leader bike technology peaked in 2005 when Suzuki made the K5. Now they make a limp dick beta soy boy cuck of a dad bike with technology and call it a Hayabusa? What the fucking fuck? I want to see the O faces on my ancestors as they collectively climax with thunderous applause as I roll on the throttle of my earth-splitting and reality-altering motorcycle. And no, Dad, Turbo Busas aren't just a face. This is who I am inside. Now, a little bit of an editor's note. This is what we were able to successfully decipher from the cryptic ramblings left behind in the padded cell where Reginald spent his twilight years. The release of the Gen 3 Busa in its current state broke the heart of the stalwart Busa boy and drove him into brick-chewing madness. We beseech those at Suzuki to consider the ramifications of their action and release a factory Gen 4 Turbo Busa before more lives are needlessly lost to Busa madness. If you suspect a loved one is suffering from Busa madness, please call the number below, 1-800-I-HEART-BUSA. Wow. We really do wish Reginald the best.
Yes.
Yes.
We do.
He is not doing well in his current state.
No.
But we definitely are going to keep him on payroll, and he needs to keep that article count coming.
Yeah, I mean, he's making some excellent points here.
Very good points.
Obviously, if Suzuki would just make the factory Turbo Busa, all of the world's problems would be solved overnight.
Climate change would be solved instantly.
Obviously, we're doubling the fuel economy here.
We are.
And
yeah.
I mean, that's what all the nerds love. They love the fuel economy numbers. He even went out to the millionth place.
34 MPGs on a Turbo Busa, guys. It's no joke. Can your Versa 650 do that? Didn't think so.
And the Busa's fun. The Versa 650 is a soulless hunk of garbage.
It is. It really is. Really need to tick off all the meme boxes today.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I had some fun writing this one.
I love how it just devolves into madness.
Mm-hmm.
Spite, what is our last bit of news for today?
Unfortunately, we are out of articles. The people only needed to give us 2 articles to proofread before they were sent out for production.
I understand.
But I feel like we should let the people in on understanding the process behind turboing a Hayabusa.
Yeah. So, here's the TLDR, and you can skip ahead this if you want. If you want to turbo a Hayabusa, just buy an H2. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it at all.
Just rip that Band-Aid right off.
Yeah. This has been literally a year-long process to get this bike up and going. I purchased the turbo kit in December of 2020, which there's a great story behind that, because when I was talking to my guy who I bought it from, I said, oh, what's your wait time to put together a kit? And he said, no, I've got like 3 sitting on the shelf right now because there's some guys that keep calling and try to buy them, but the cards get declined every time, so you can just have one. So that's the type of people that buy turbos for Hayabusas, which is the funniest thing, because if you can't afford a $3,500 turbo kit for the bike, you can't afford to turbo the bike and run that turbo bike.
No.
Because the cost is insane. So got the kit, unboxed the kit, got it all ready. I had to invite a guy down here to help me put it together, because would you have felt comfortable installing that yourself?
God, no.
Yeah, so we had to get a professional to help us do it, because it's not exactly a slip-on exhaust or a tail tidy, which is all that we do. We did that. We ran the bike for about a month until the head gasket blew. But before the head gasket blew, and I've thought about this a lot, I think that if we had set the fuel pressure regulator correctly, the head gasket may not have blown. I think it blew because it was just running really lean.
Yep.
And it did so many pulls when it was lean that it blew.
Yep.
So if we had done that correctly, maybe it would have been a running and riding 250-ish wheel horsepower turbo bike.
I mean, the gasket was still old because it was a 28,000 mile Busa. So we probably should have changed the gasket when we were in there putting the turbo kit, hindsight being 2020, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So when the head gasket blew, I had to take it to another Hayabusa man who had to rebuild the engine, basically. We put new pistons in it, did all this stuff. The pistons took forever to show up. He took forever to get the work done. The bike was at this man's shop for 3.5 months. 3.5 months this bike was at the shop. It was absolutely ridiculous how long the bike was at the shop for. I got the bike back, and then I rode it for 100 miles, and then that proceeded to dump oil and gas everywhere. Awesome. Had to take it back to the shop. Back to the shop it went. The guy then told me that he jerry-rigged something from AutoZone, so it stopped doing that. I said, great vote of confidence there. We're now 12 months into this project, and I dropped it off at my tuner a couple days ago, and now he told me that it's spewing oil and doing a bunch of weird stuff again. Don't turbo a Hayabusa. Don't do it. Or like you said, maybe buy one that's already ready to go, and someone else has already done the work.
It only costs $13,000.
They're always $13,000, which is nice.
It was funny going through this process, because every now and again I'd ask, any update on the Turbo Busa, because we were encroaching on 1 million this whole time, right?
Yeah, and
we started
mercifully we made the 1 million subscriber video like 5 months ago.
Yeah,
so we're ready to go. Yeah, ready to go.
And then it would be like a month, and I'd ask again, and you'd be like, "Do you think there's been any update on the Turbo? Do you want to call the guy?" I could tell just how frustrated you were getting with the whole process as we were getting further and further into it.
Yeah. Yeah, because at first it was like, oh, I'm going to build the engine, and it's going to be great, and we're going to make more power, and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just been headache after headache after headache with that bike.
Yeah, you'd first dropped it off. The guy pulls the motor, and he's like, all right, I know what we're going to do. And then you're like, yeah, we're gonna make like 300 wheel. It's going to be super cool. We're going to get this job done, and it's only going to take time and money. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's taken a lot of time.
A lot of time and a good chunk of money, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were pulling out the bike the other day to load it up in my truck on the trailer, and one of our buddies comes up and he goes, oh, yeah, that Turbo Hayabusa is pretty cool, and hey, at least it costs less than an H2. And I was like, honestly, man, at this point, I don't really know if it costs less than an H2. I'm probably in on that bike for $16,000 to $17,000 at this point.
Bike included?
Yeah, bike included. Yeah.
We should do a video where we go over the price of all of the bits.
The thing is, there's so many small costs that at this point I haven't even itemized anymore, Mm-hmm. And this was with we installed the turbo on the bike with a friend that did it for free, basically, you know?
Yep.
So it would have been even more if someone else had done it. But yeah, again, if you're thinking about turboing the bike, either get someone to super professionally just do it for you, or just prepare to have like 12 months of anguish while you try to troubleshoot and make this thing run and ride. Yeah. NH2 is easier for sure. But it doesn't make the torque.
Is it gonna have that spooling turbo feel?
It doesn't have the same energy. It's totally different.
Yeah, the supercharger feels like I rode the Turbo Busa once when it wasn't tuned right. Like it was running kind of funny. And that was back when you were like, it might overheat, so you got to keep it moving.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you just kind of took it up and down the block.
But even then, I buried it in one gear, and I was like, God damn. This is a lot.
Yeah, that wasn't anything after it was dyno tuned, and it shouldn't be anything versus if we can finish this project now, it'll do about 280 at the wheel, which is like 60 more than when you rode it. Yeah.
And 105 more than stock?
Yes.
Because it wasn't fast enough.
Because stock, it made 175 crank, so it probably did like, I bet you could get a stock boost to do like 170 at the wheel, you know, which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, this will do 110 more horsepower at the wheel. It's 280.
God, man.
And the torque, 144 foot-pounds of torque. You can't get that on an H2.
That's like earth-shattering.
Yeah. It literally feels like it's leaving without you. You know, it's going somewhere, and you may or may not be coming along.
You just got to hold on real tight.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was quite the debacle getting that bike all set up, but maybe by the time this Yamcast has gone live, you guys have seen the 1 million subscriber reveal, and we're slowly trickling out the video series content. It's been a ton of fun making it, and also thank you so much everyone who subscribed and got us to 1 million. It's been really fun. It's crazy that we all get to do this. Yeah. But we're getting too serious and wholesome here on the Yamcast. We got to bring it back to
we need some
Yamcast
fart jokes.
69 energy. Yeah. So let's move on to Squid Energy fast bikes in the call-in section.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, folks. Welcome to the Yamcast 69 call-in DM session on Discord. If you want the chance to join up and have some fun with us, hit the link down below, yammy.co, become a member. It's a ton of fun. You can watch these live, send us questions, and all that sort of stuff. So today, for the boys over on Discord, send us a DM. We are talking fast motorcycles, Squid Energy. So do you own a fast bike? Tell us about your fast bike. We'll then tell you if it's a fast bike or not. That would be kind of fun. If you don't own a fast bike, tell us if you want a fast bike in the future or if you don't want a fast bike or just anything about fast motorcycles in general. Is basically what we're talking about here today.
Yeah, we just want to go fast. It's some Ricky Bobby energy
I just
here.
want to go fast. Yeah,
Yep.
That was today's energy with the Street Fighter and 2-0 video.
It's all fit. It's fitting that all this stuff, it's like fate.
It is fate.
God damn. Those were such good bikes.
Yep.
Fuck.
They were very, very good. All right.
So, starting us out, we've got Just Jack on a GSX-S 750.
Just Jack says, I have a GSX-S 750. It's fast for me, but I'm already thinking about that next step in a year or two. What reasonably priced naked bikes should I look at? I'm digging the street and speed triples, MT10 or Aprilias, but what else should I be looking at? I love nakeds, but anything that's not fully committed sport bike is fine. Getting older at 31. Thanks, guys. Gixxis 750.
Is that fast?
Almost.
Almost.
I would say almost fast. Definitely quick, definitely fun.
Mm-hmm.
Not fast, I wouldn't say.
It's that classic inline four where you really got to wind it out to get to the very tippy top, because the Gixxis 750 is based on the Gixxer 750, which is legendary race bike, squid bike du jour.
Yeah.
But they all put big fucking sprockets on it so they can actually use the power.
Yeah. In the future, I mean, because since we just got one, the Aprilia 200 is the gold standard, fast as hell naked bike you should look at and buy. It sounds amazing, looks amazing, goes amazing. But for budget conscious, I think MT10.
Oh yeah,
Such
MT10
a
is
such a
so
sweet
good.
bike. If you can put up with the looks, it does look a little weird.
I can put up with the looks. Just for the sound alone, man. But if I'm being pedantic, he wants an Aprilia.
An Aprilia.
So I'm not familiar with that brand.
Or as our Spanish friends would say, Aprilia. I rode my Aprilia in Ibiza.
So next up, we've got Dragon Breath 01.
All right, Dragon Breath 01 says, my first bike and current bike is a 21 R3, and I love it. It's fast enough for me for now, but yes, I'd love a fast bike. If the stars aligned and I won the lottery, I'd love a Dodge Tomahawk. Although that's quite a jump, although it might not be considered a bike. All jokes aside, I'd love an R6. My brother owned two, and I love the sound of it. Yeah, I mean, Yamaha's kind of got the R bike progression now. Some rumors that an R9 is going to come out, so it'd be R3, R7, R9, R1. And it's funny how when you start, we mentioned this in a list video earlier about how like when you start out riding, everything kind of feels fast. Everything's kind of fast and fun, but it's weird how you always want something faster.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Why is that?
It's the monkey brain.
Yeah.
The squid brain in the back is just like, just a little more. You want to go
A little
just
more.
Look at how open this on-ramp is for you.
Wouldn't it be nice if you couldn't use second and third gear?
I mean, it was we were riding around today on those Hyper Nakeds, and sixth gear was getting dusty. Like, there was no point in going to sixth gear.
No, there was not.
But, I mean, I don't know that the R6 I would consider fast. Quick, like this Jixus.
I think for dumb street bike stuff, it's not fast. Like, it's quick, like the Jixus. On track, it's a different story because it's all about the rider and all that. But yeah, on the street, no, it's the torque. I think the sensation of speed really needs to be there.
So he needs to select a different motorcycle, a Turbo Busa, perhaps.
A Turbo Busa would do pretty well as a fast bike.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that would be quite a jump, R3 to Turbo Busa.
He wants to go to a Dodge Tomahawk.
Yeah, I mean, that one's just a car. So, I mean...
Does it lean?
I think it does the thing where it's got the, two wheels that, do...
They kind of do the little dance?
Yep.
That's so weird.
Those things are bizarre. And they only made 5 of them. And they're each $1 million.
Yeah.
So, next up, we've got Bo.
Bo says, thoughts on pounds per horsepower for fast. 5 pounds per horsepower, 3 pounds per horsepower.
That's power per weight.
Power to weight ratio. I mean, maybe you could figure out a golden ratio for fast.
That's about 2 and a bit is
2 and a bit is like proper fast.
That's 400. That's 440 pounds at 200 horsepower.
Yeah. If you're putting pounds horsepower, if you do horsepower pound, it'd be easier if it's kilograms.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be, if you use kilograms, it needs to be close to 1-to-1 basically.
Yep.
That's like proper fast ballistic motorcycle.
I think the Kramer, the rotary Kramer is a 1-to-1 or a little better than that because it's got a MotoGP power to weight ratio.
Yeah.
Which.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
I mean, I can see why they only made 25 of them, I think.
Let me see if the Turbo Busa perhaps has a 1-to-1. I just got to figure out the kilograms. It's about 560 pounds to kg.
This is really important math we're doing here.
I got to
guys.
know this. Oh, my poor Surface. Just do a Google search. Probably have to do it on my phone. That's not going to work. Hold on a second,
pull it
folks.
up on the computer
Actually,
here?
yeah, go ahead and do it on the big screen. Let's figure out.
Okay, so
do 560 to
560
pounds.
lbs to kgs is 254.
Oh yeah,
you're right there.
I'm above 1-to-1 on that bike.
There you go. You are fast.
It's fast.
The math says so. Next up, we've got Techno King.
He says, hey, I called in a while ago about looking for a new bike. I mentioned the ZH2 to you guys, and both of your eyes perked up. You told me both no further, and I bought it, and I'm in love. Nothing can touch that bike. Well, until a Turbo Busa shows up. I sent a meme about ascending with Papa Yam. Hope y'all get a good laugh. Look at that. Kawasaki, where's our royalty check? Where's our commission? Friggin' selling ZH2s out here.
That's such a good bike.
That's freaking awesome. I'm actually jealous that you bought it. I only had to give I had to give it away, and I miss it every day. That was a righteous motorcycle.
Every now and again, I'll wander in the morning, and I just see him aimlessly staring at the surface, and I know you're just longing for the ZH2. Although I do, part of me thinks that when the Turbo Booster shows up and it's in the garage, you say you're not going to daily ride it. I know that's a lie. It's okay. You don't have to lie. You can just admit it.
Maybe I'll daily it for like a month just because I'll be so happy that it's finally working and riding. And I'll be like, I can't believe I just get to use it now, you know, instead of it being this dream of this bike that I'm like, did I ride it? Did I enjoy it that one time, you know? Yeah. Very cool that you picked up a ZH2 Techno. That is awesome.
Next up, we've got Infernal Saxon.
Infernal Saxon says he's currently on a Scout Bobber 60, eventually wants a 1000cc Sporter, then prepare a Y2K jet-powered coffin to yeet my corpse into the sun. 1000cc sport touring bikes.
Are those fast?
Or not fast?
No. So they're only making about 140 horsepower.
Yeah, I think it depends on the 1000cc sport touring bike. Like a V4 Multistrada Pikes Peak, fast.
Fast.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like 175, 180 horsepower. Is the Pan Am fast?
No, it's quick. It's not fast.
Because it's too heavy, yeah?
Mm-hmm. And it's only making 150 horsepower.
Yeah.
Only.
The world we live in.
I mean, we're talking about turbo boosters today. 280 is our goal right here.
Yeah.
But I think that because my standard, my always go-to number is the Ninja 1000 SX.
Mm-hmm. That's about $140.
It's 140.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the one that everybody goes to as the sport touring bike.
Yeah. It's a benchmark too. It's a nice bike.
Yeah, and Kawasaki like shows it online with somebody sitting on the pillion for some reason as it's like banked over in a corner. It's almost as silly as the CBR 650R showing the dude dragging knee on the street.
That's so dumb. I wish we included that in the video. It's like a photo. I think maybe we mentioned to put it up in the photo. Yeah.
Yep. But I don't know if a 1000cc Sport Tourer is truly fast.
I think the nature of a sport touring bike is not meant to be like fast as balls. You know, like it should be a little more chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it doesn't snap your head back and throw your pillion off the back. Next up, we've got Adams.
Adam says, I currently have an XSR 900, and the fastest bike I am interested in getting next is a Ducati Hyper Motard. Is there any point at all into getting anything faster than 115-ish horsepower and 70 foot-pounds of torque and a sub-450 weight for the street? I'm not feeling like I'd miss anything unless I went to the track. Realistically, no. Like, I'd say Goldilocks zone for a street bike is like 100 to 120 horsepower.
Yep.
That's like you get to use all of it. It's fun. It's cool. Although, as we saw today when riding our Hyper Naked bikes, there's something about having like a biblical amount of power on tap that's just awesome.
Yep.
And I don't know what it is.
It's just the monkey brain.
Yeah.
The monkey brain's like, go fast. Like, I remember when I was getting off the highway here, there's this long stretch where it was just totally clear, and I was on the V4S, and I was like, this is happening. This is happening. And then I just buried the needle.
Yeah.
I was like, that's 208 horsepower right there. Next up, we've got Two-Wheeled Capo.
Two-Wheeled Capo says, tuned 21 ZX6R. Love it, but plan to eventually dedicate it to the track. I was thinking about an MT10, but the redesign doesn't work for me. If money wasn't a factor, I think my fast bike would likely be either a new ZX10R or an R1. Yeah, the MT10 redesign's a bit tough. You've seen it, right?
No, I don't know that I have. Let me check it out.
Look it up. Look up 2021 MT10.
2021 MT10.
Maybe it's the 2022. No, it is the 21.
Going straight from Yamaha. I don't hate it, but I definitely see the eyebrows over the R1 eyes.
It looks so like a weird little angry anime thing.
I mean, it's the dark side of Japan.
The master of dork. It's better looking than the old one. I'll give it that.
It is.
That's not a high bar to clear.
Nope. Is that the steering stabilizer right there?
Yeah.
That's an interesting spot for that to be.
It's very distinctive styling, let's put it that way.
A face only a mother could love.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, man, on the street, I'd rather an MT10 than pretty much any other bike.
Oh,
If I'm thinking budget conscious and I'm not looking at a 210 and some super fast like that, I would not want a ZX10 for the street.
Oh, God, no.
Definitely not.
Next up, we've got Lampus.
Trading in my V-Strom 650 for a Street Triple RS tomorrow. Come on, the V-Strom's not a bad bike.
A V-Strom 650? That's just an SV650 with bags.
It's fine.
Street Triple, better.
It is better. Getting the feel of speed on a 650 left me wanting more. I was never able to wheelie the V-Strom in any gear other than first, but not sure I'll go into higher revs too much until I get used to the triple. Can't wait for the ride home tomorrow. Well, congratulations. That's very exciting. Take it nice and easy with your new Street Triple. Learn the bike. But I am surprised if V-Strom 650 doesn't clutch up in second.
Maybe he's just not committing hard enough.
Maybe. It's also a big bike. Like my Desert Sled just refuses to clutch up in second. You got to do first gear for some reason. So it might be gearing as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a bigger, more substantial bike. But that is exciting. That's a good trade. But neither of those bikes are fast, I would say.
The Street Triple is almost approaching,
Almost.
fast. Yeah, it's...
The new Speed Triple, as the name implies.
That is
fast.
straight up fast.
Yeah.
I really want to get one as like a giveaway one of these days. That would be cool.
I'd love to do the Street Triple. Is it the R? Is it double R? The one with the fairings. The Speed Triple.
Speed Triple Double R.
Speed Triple R. Yeah. Double R. Yeah.
The Triumph Super Veloce.
Yes. Yeah. That thing's cool.
Next up, we got R.A. Shepherd.
Says, hey, Yam and Splat, I've never ridden, and I'm looking at something like the Svart 401 at first. Ultimately, though, I want something like the MMT Y2K or a Triumph Rocket 3. You can't seriously want the Y2K. Come on. The Triumph Rocket 3, though, that's something to aspire to.
Yeah. The Rocket 3, I'm dying to ride one.
It's hilarious. It makes so much torque. It's awesome. There's no bike I've ridden that feels quite like that thing. It redlines at like $5,000.
I mean, so do the Harleys.
But it redlines at $5,000, you know? Like, it just snaps on power like nothing I've ever ridden.
I think that one is probably going to, like, when I ride one, that might cure me of my love for the, like, Softails and M8s, because that bike seems really good. It
still handles well, too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, but it does.
Isn't it where the cylinders are, like, in line instead of like this?
The 3 pipes stick out the side.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Because they literally just took, like, the motor out of a car and
Yeah.
we're like, let's put it in a motorcycle.
Yeah, we got to figure out a way to get one. That's a hard bike to get your hands on, though.
Maybe Modern Classic.
It's a new bike, yeah. Too bad they're like $20,000.
God damn.
Yeah. Maybe I can reach out to Ride Now Austin, see if I can finagle one for a day, you know?
Yeah, we'll just have to see. Whiskey Dick is next.
Whiskey Dick says, I don't even care if my bike is fast anymore. I just want it out of the shop. It's been there since July. I got owned by the dealer. My bike is the Suzuki M90.
Suzuki.
Suzuki M90. I just want it out of the shop. It's been there since July. I got owned by the dealer. I guess something's wrong with it. It's just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, I guess. How did that happen? Like,
I don't know. Maybe he crashed it or it got wrecked and it's like just waiting on parts. But that's even longer than the Turbo Busa was held up for.
I mean, just at that point, just get another M90. Just be like, you can have it.
Yeah, it's like just keep it, you know?
That would suck. What's July, August, September?
It's like 6 months.
Yeah, that's 6 months.
Yeah.
No,
Long
that's
time.
like how long we've been waiting for the Turbo Busa. Next up, Orange, KTM enthusiast.
With a similar vintage to the Turbo Busa, the ultimate Squid Energy ADV fast
here we
bike
go.
is the KTM 990 Adventure. It's not, dude. With the OG 999cc LC8 V-twin making 115 horsepower and 80 foot-pounds of torques, this is the 100 horsepower dirt bike you're looking for. The orange paint job adds 10 plus to speed. Admittedly, any mid-range street bike will dunk hard in the pavement-related task, but why would you be on pavement if dirt is an option? Respectfully submitted, Orange. What do you feel about that sentiment? Why would you be on pavement if dirt is an option?
Because sometimes pavement is more expedient.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I mean,
I would definitely be on pavement if I'm just trying to get home.
Yeah. I occasionally see this dude popping up in the Discord just preaching the 990 life, and I'm like, why?
I don't know.
You can like.
He says it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, the 990 Adventure. He's like, it's the perfect adventure bike. I'm like, I don't think it is.
Ship it to us. We'll test it.
Yeah, send the bike. We'll check it out.
We'll give you the final word on whether or not it's any good.
Yeah.
Not fast though.
But I think if you're on dirt, 115 horsepower is a lot.
I could use 150.
But like real dirt, not little fire road stuff, you know?
I mean, I bend it in the sand. Does that count?
That does.
Next up, we got Magic Toaster.
Magic Toaster says, got the fastest production electric motorcycle of 2017, the 145 horsepower, 150 foot-pound Energica
Incorrect.
Ego. Why is it not correct?
LS 218. Sorry.
Did that exist in 2017?
I do believe so. Yeah, the LS has been around for a long time.
Says, when will you guys be man enough to test one out? I want to go faster, but for now, a 10-second bike is good enough.
It's just not that fast, though.
It's really not that fast. 10 seconds, that's like stock Busa.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fast, let's be honest.
Could do better.
I think if we're saying a stock boost is fast and it does 10 seconds in the quarter, and that bike does 10 seconds in the quarter, you have to also say that that's a fast bike.
But we also have to realize who we're talking to, and if we empower Magic Toaster further, we do have to be careful. He's gonna level up.
We have to be careful with our words here.
We should just say that you're incorrect. You should have gotten the LS 218, and then you might have a fast motorcycle.
Yeah, maybe.
What is this? Emo Muffin Man.
He says, or she says, I'm currently on an 06 Honda Shadow 750. Not fast. And I'm really looking to get on a naked bike or something like a Ninja 400 to get on track and start learning more about riding. Is the drop from a 750 Cruiser to a 400 sport bike going to be a lot? And if so, should I look at something bigger? Honestly, the Ninja 400 is probably going to feel faster than your Honda Shadow 750.
It is.
That's a slow bike. Yeah, they're heavy too, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think let's do a little bit of research here.
2006 Honda Shadow 750.
750 spectacles. I'm sure that we've got motorcycleco.specs.z or whatever it is.
Right there in the middle, go up. There it is.
There it is. 43 horsepower. That is less than the Ninja 400.
Yep.
It's making 44 foot-pounds, so a little bit more torque, and it weighs in at 504.9 dry, so call it 550 wet.
Yeah, it's almost 200 pounds more than a Ninja 400.
Yeah, the Ninja 400 is going to feel fast.
Yeah. So no, you will not feel bad about downsizing and doing your track riding and all that. And I think that's a great thing. Go have fun, learn on the track.
Yep. Next up, we got Ninjas Please.
Ninjas Please says, got myself a carbureted 2001 Ducati Monster 750 dubbed Mistress because she is expensive and temperamental. Apparently, it can make 10 more horsepower with a $1,000 carb swap to Kine Flat Slide. Worth? ? Also, the bike was only $1,000, so double the value of the bike for 10 horsepower. No.
And also, you're not going to double the value of the bike by adding the carburetor. At the very least, you might get another $200 out of it.
No, he's saying that is it worth it to put as much money into the carburetor as the bike for just 10 horsepower?
No.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Nope. I mean, what it will do, speaking from personal experience, putting a new fancy carburetor in, because I have a new fancy carburetor in my DRZ. Well, it was new at one point. It made the bike more reliable. That's about all you're going to get out of it. So if reliability is worth $1,000 to you on that motorcycle, and it's not like you can't use that $1,000 to get something else,
an SV650,
yeah, then maybe, but don't do it for the horsepower. Do it for another reason. Next up, we've got Jaden.
Jaden here says, I just bought my first bike, the KLX 300. Definitely not a fast bike, but plenty of fun. If I had a fast bike, I'd like an H2 or a Daytona 995. I just love how people are like, if they're like, I'm going to get a fast bike, they go to like H2 turbine bikes, V8 bikes. It's like, guys, there's a whole echelon up here of very fast bikes that are not these like unobtainium, insane one-off bikes, you know?
But, I mean, well, I guess the H2 is kind of unobtainium.
Yeah, the Daytona 995 is definitely obtainium and cheap and pretty fast, you know?
Isn't that the Pikachu one?
No, the Pikachu one is the Triumph Daytona 600 that they did in the early 2000s before they went to the 675 and got their shit together. The 995 is like the 90s big triple that they made.
Yeah, I think I know. It's a big bulbous one, right?
Yeah.
Very round.
Yeah. KLX 300, though, yeah, not fast, but lots of fun. We actually have plans to buy one of those next year for the beginner bike series. So we will have one in the shop at some point.
Whip that like a rented mule. Those are going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The Dr. Zero.
Dr. Zero says, currently have a Sportster with the Hammer Performance 120 horsepower kit that is stupid fast for a cruiser. That is awesome. Please send us clips of that if you have it still. Recently got a really good job saving to pay cash for a Super Duke next year after I rode one at a KTM demo event earlier next year. This guy's after your own heart.
Yeah. Oh my
Got a
God. This is
Hammer Sportster, and he's got a Super Duke on the way.
dude, 120 plus horsepower kit on the Sportster. Fuck.
90 was enough for me. I was like, this is a death trap. 120's stupid for a Sportster.
Yeah.
What does that thing sound like? An idle, I bet, man. It's just like...
It's just so angry. We thought the Ducati sounded mean.
Yeah.
This thing probably just sounds like it's about to explode.
Yeah. Please send us some video clips. I'd love to see that bike.
That's just warms my heart seeing those Sportsters doing stuff they're not meant to. Here we go. Magic Toaster with a rebuttal.
He just put something about Lightning motorcycles being defunct.
Is a scam or... Meh, we're not going to read that. I'm just right.
The yammy new boy. I'm not reading your retort. I'm always right.
Next up, we got Emperor DD.
They say ultimately want to move up to a Ninja Thou, but I'm bikeless and looking at either the Ninja 400 or the recently updated RC390. Then Tuono 660 is my intermediate bike. Any thoughts on the beginner bike, though? The RC390 update looks pretty fresh. They did a lot of changes to that bike, got some new tech on it. I think it's got the new TFT from the Duke, so it's pretty cool. The 400's tried and true, though, the Ninja. I probably would still pick that.
It's going to be cheaper, too, I think.
Cheaper,
The RC390 is really... I don't like the blue and the orange.
The new one is so ugly.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to say it. I remember when I saw that bike, I was like, "Oy,
Yeah.
it's not doing it for me."
The GP colorway is not good. Like, have
No.
you seen it on the Super Duke?
Yeah, I don't love it.
With the blue gas tank and
No,
the
I
orange
really don't
wings?
love it. They just
Ugh.
need to do orange, white, and black. Some derivation of those.
Yep.
That's it.
Mustang 6788.
Mustang 6788 says, I started on and still ride only the fastest next to a Turbo Busa V-Star 650. I'm hoping to win the FTR, but the next bike I want to buy is a Katana V-Star 650. I don't even know what that is. Is that the...
It's a big cruiser bike, I believe. Let me pull it up.
With the 650?
Mm-hmm. V-Star 650. Yeah.
Oh, the Yamaha. Okay, yeah.
It's an old cruiser bike. It's basically a Honda Shadow
Yeah.
with the tuning forks on it.
Yep. Dependable, reliable, good little entry-level bike. Very
Not
good.
fast.
Definitely not fast, though.
But what about the new Katana? I'm assuming that's what he means.
Oh, it's based on a Jix Thou. That's definitely fast.
Yeah.
50-ish horsepower, right? Something
Mhm.
like that.
Those
Definitely good
I
enough for
really
me.
want to ride one of those Katanas.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's just a reskin Jixis Thou.
It'll ride great if that's the case.
Yeah.
I hated how good that bike was.
Emperor DD hit us back here.
He says it comes in black and orange too, actually.
The KTM.
The RC390. Well, that's nice. Yeah, I hated the orange and black, so definitely get that colorway.
Yep.
Yeah. With that, folks, is going to wrap up the Discord session here, answering some questions, having some fun. We're now going to move on to perhaps the most legendary meme contest, the Amcast 69 meme contest, Turbo Busa meme contest.
Turbo Boost meme contest.
Let's do it. Alrighty, folks, welcome to this week's meme contest. We are memeing about Hayabusas, Turbo Busas, all that good stuff. It's going to be great. We have everyone off cooldown for this one. Anyone can win, right?
Anyone can win.
Anyone can win. It's going to be sweet as hell. So let's get started.
Let's get started. The first one here, Calamity Boob.
Calamity Boobs. Non-Busa boys when seeing a Busa. Says, you people disgust me. Then same people when they see the Turbo. What is that in the closet?
It's
Or behind the... Oh, he's I didn't even see that.
massive pitch tent.
Yep.
Very true.
Yeah.
4, Calamity Boob, quality and funniness.
I mean, the thing is, like, he is so right because for me, when I bought the Busa as a joke, I didn't like the bike, thought it looked stupid, blah, blah, blah. once we got the turbo on it, I was like, everything has changed about this bike to me.
See, after I rode the stock Busa around enough, I was like, oh, this is great. I love this. I was worried that the turbo was going to ruin it.
It has, in a way.
So, quality and funniness here for Calamity Poop.
Quality, about a 6.5.
6.5. And funniness.
I think the same score. Got a good chuckle out of me.
Yeah.
Didn't see that man's engorged member at first, but...
Next up, we've got Caveman.
Caveman's got a meme here that says, some say his testes grew 3 sizes that day, and it's a man just hard launching a turbo boost at a drag strip. That is incredible. That is an incredible photo right there. This is like the type of dudes I've been dealing with to build like this is the kind of booster they want to build, and then when I tell them I'm just like, it's like a fun street booster, they're just like, oh, disgusting.
I love how he's got like stars on his turbo out there.
Yes.
It's also an interesting that he's got the the Confederate flag helmet.
I
going
don't
on
love
there.
that. Yeah, I didn't notice that at first. Don't love that.
And
But
those look like steel toe cowboy boots. He's wearing.
probably they are. He's like, if I die, I die, man. Whatever.
It's turbo Busa time.
He's like, I want a 600 horsepower drag Busa. It is what it is.
So for Caveman,
Caveman, I'd give him a 5 for quality.
a 5, and funniness,
I think also maybe a 4.
a 4.
Yeah.
That's a 9. Next up, we've got Jixer Squid. Fun fact: we rented the R6 from Jixer Squid.
Oh, very cool.
A biker doing over 100 miles an hour on the freeway, running red lights, almost hitting an SUV, just another LA high-speed chase. But when he put his feet on the seat, that was more than some could stand.
Look at this guy, look at this guy, look at this, look at this. He is totally showing off.
Some thought the biker even took a selfie, but close up, it looked like a rude gesture to pursuing police. Media choppers buzzed above. It was breaking news without brake lights. This viewer couldn't contain himself. After over an hour making his last stand, the biker turned into a gas station and gave up.
Man, I haven't seen the original Hayabusa launch video in a long time. That song was awesome.
Yup.
Yeah.
I love that he pulled it out of that video.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So for Jixer Squid here, quality.
My favorite part about that original Hayabusa video is that we had to put not clickbait in the title so people would be like, no, I really did buy this bike, you know?
Did you put not clickbait in the title of the I turboed the Hayabusa?
No, that one says 1 million subscriber special, I think, or something like that. And it's just got a picture of like the bike with all the fairings off and you just see the turbo. Mm-hmm. People are going to know it's not clickbait. All right, quality here. High qual. I liked it. That was pretty funny. I think an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
And funniness.
Good chuckle. I think an 8.5.
An 8.5.
Yeah.
That is a new front runner at 16.5. Just Another Chris is next with... Why do I keep clicking on that one?
Just Another Chris here. It says, Father Noob pondering the power of the Turbo Busa. 280 horsepower, dank canooners, Rossi wills it, Busa boys creaming their pants, and I'm like sitting there with the orb in front of me on the bike. That's pretty funny. Classic orb pondering meme that's been so popular lately on the internet.
The amount of times that he must have gone through like it came from Craigslist to look for
Dude,
that
I know.
particular frame.
Dude, seriously. Yeah.
Like he was like, I gotta hit the spacebar at just the right time.
Yeah, because that's my old place I used to live at downtown. That's not even my new place, so that's an older video for sure.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Some dedication going back into the archives. Quality here for Just Another Chris.
I think that alone gives it a pretty high score. I think a 7 for that because, like you said, he had to really find the right image, you know?
Mm-hmm. And funniness.
Pretty funny. I think a 7 as well.
A 7.
Yeah.
That's 14. Next up, we've got Riker. Let's see if he's got a video.
So I love this meme format. The Turbo Boosas, Bane over here kind of flexing, and then got Filthy Frank in the pink suit says, me upshifting to neutral at 20 mile per hour in traffic on my Vulcan S. That's how I want to make, like, you know, a newer rider feel. Like if I pull up next to them on the Turbo Boosa, just like some guy in like an R3 or something, just like, oh yeah, that's a nice little scooter you got there.
We need to make a video when we have the Turbo Booster just in the shop of just flexing. Like we gotta make a point of just going out and flexing on stuff.
Yeah.
Just like what we did with the Royal Enfield. Park it somewhere and be like, what do you think this costs?
$4,000.
So for Riker.
At first I thought you meant like we would take it out and just like go prowling the streets trying to like hunt down like fast things.
We
and I'm
should
like,
definitely
that's a
do that.
pretty crazy video, but we can try doing that. Turbo Boosa versus the world.
Yup. We did Hayabusa versus the world where we emptied the garage and saw what the regular Busa could do.
Yeah. Yeah, we should do that again where it's like, what does a Turbo Boosa look like versus a normal motorcycle? We can make that whole video again, basically. Just take all of our bikes out. Imagine like versus the 1098. It would just obliterate it.
It would obliterate everything.
Yeah.
I wonder what it would do against the 2Ono.
So I saw a video online. Did I tell you about this video where there was a guy on a 330 wheel horsepower Turbo Boosa versus a 2Ono? He let the 2Ono go, and he's like, I'm going to catch him. Don't worry. He gets on it. It looked like the 2Ono wasn't moving.
Oh my god.
That's a 2Ono.
Oh my god.
He was like, don't worry, I'll get him. He just goes, and you just see the speedo go, Wah! And he just goes, and just fucking skywalks him after he let him go in front of him.
With
a 2Ono.
And then you switch to the 2Ono's cam. There's just a fire on the ground.
Yeah. So I think it would do some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Especially with me on it, because I don't weigh anything.
No, the boost is just like, all right, I'm here by myself now.
Yeah.
For Riker, quality.
I literally forgot the meme we just looked at. I'm so sorry.
It was the Bane
oh
meme,
yeah. This is great. I think the quality on this one's a 7 at least.
A 7.
Yeah.
And funniness.
It's got a good chuckle out of me. I think a 7.5.
A 7.5.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Techno King. With, I'm not sure if he's got a video or not. Let's see. Yep, he's got a video.
We gotta eat like Gabby has. We have to ascend. Ascend, baby.
It's a ZH2, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
What is this feeling? What is this feeling? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Papa Yam. I did it. I did it. What's that sound? What's that sound? I've made a mistake. I've made a mistake.
You want to go back?
This is a mistake.
You like
I need to turn back.
This baby's got more testosterone than Arnie has back when he was
Wow.
Holy shit, what the was that? Never doing that again. Or maybe just one more time.
That was pretty awesome.
That was good.
That must have taken a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
To get that Busa looking over there. I love the Fast and Furious cut with the Monica.
That was really good.
That was really good.
The amount of just like stuff he had to like keyframe out, and that took some work.
Yeah, for sure.
Quality here.
I think a 9. I mean,
think
that
a
was
9.
that was a high qual.
Funniness here.
Got a good chuckle out of me. I think an 8.5.
An 8.5. Which leaves our two swinging dicks here with Millennial Malaise and German A2 boy.
All right, let's see them. Okay.
Pick myself up and carry on, 'cause something's waiting for me, and I won't let them rock my soul.
And the whole Jeep ended up on it. Oh my god. Oh man. At this point, that meme format is like, it's a vintage, you know? Like,
yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Going back into the vault and dusting off something good.
Yeah.
Oh, Millennium Malaise always bringing the heat. Quality.
It was high. It was high qual. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. I think this one's an 8.5 for qual.
Yeah. Because just the other one with all those keyframes and just the different animations.
Yeah.
Funniness, though.
I think it's also an 8.5.
An 8.5.
Yeah.
That is a 17.
It's a powerful score.
Last up, we've got German A2 Boy.
The OG meme warrior. Let's see it.
Oh, we also have a special video that Millennial Malaise made. He made one, and then Whitney was like, and then he sent in a real meme.
Yeah.
So that was his real meme.
And to Millennial Malaise, we did promise you that we will read the fanfic whenever it's ready on the next Yamcast after we've reached 1 million. That was my promise. I was like, after we reach 1 million subscribers, I will read the fanfic on Yamcast. We have not reached 1 million at the time of making this, so it'll be in 2022 that I read that because we're not doing it next week.
the first Yamcast back after the holidays, we're going to read the most disgusting piece of fan fiction ever written.
It's not going to be great, but I promised him, and I keep my promises, so.
All right.
Men only have 4 moods.
Here. Yeah.
I'll give him a week.
I'll give him 11 minutes.
I don't think that's a Busa.
That's not a Busa. Nice try, though, German A2 Boy. God damn.
Ew, that's super sketch. This looks like a Tokyo Wangan run or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Some people just have a death wish, man.
Like, how in the hell do you, like...
Why are some people like that?
People are broken. So for German A2 Boy, quality.
Quality, I think, is an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
And funniness.
Pretty funny. I think a 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
Which puts that at a 15. So
our winner is the guy with the ZH2, the Technology King.
Techno King is first. Second going to Millennial Malaise. And third going to Jigsaw Squid.
Look at that. And we have a special clip at the end, is that right?
Yes, Millennial Malaise sent a little gift or something. I
is like the salve against all this, you know.
So
Awesome.
that was a little special gift from Millennium
Thank you,
Lays.
Millennium Lays. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that's going to conclude Yamcast 69 today. I wore the
Some
mullet the
fun-
whole time.
Yeah.
Commitment to the bit.
Now you have to wear it forever.
Every video from now on,
Yep.
I've ascended to Super Saiyan Yam. Well, guys, if we have reached 1 million subscribers by the time this video comes out, thank you so much. It has been such an honor to be doing this. It's been so much fun. And nothing's really going to change other than we can now make videos with the Turbo Buso. We're still going to do the same things we've always done. So thanks so much for tuning in and checking it out. We'll catch you in the next one. See you later. Keep watching Yami No.